Good morning. It's been a while. We've been busy. But fire brigade. Yeah, it's a big Dennis. You never know nowadays. Could be the police, couldn't it? They don't care. Let me tell you, they don't care. Good morning, people. It's early. It's Friday. It's raining hard. It's in Kent. This is Truth News. We're going to be talking about lockdown today and the effects of it. And I don't like breathing life into the system. Massive action. Oh, my missus likes some of that. Donald Trump says he's got the coronavirus. Personally, I think Trump and Malaya are just going into a little bit of thingy because I do believe there was some QAnon post saying that 1st of October was going to be a bit of a change, that they're going after the deep state cabal. So maybe it's just keep myself safe. Who knows? President Trump may be doing this also because he has been a big advocate for hydroxychloroquine. And maybe they just need to get the message out a little bit for the hydroxychloroquine. Personally, I think Trump would be absolutely fine. He knows he's coming up for his second term. I think he's going to be just fine. But anyway, we're going to be talking about lockdown this morning, the implications, the ramifications, how it's affected people, and my experiences along the way since it's been happening. And personally, for me, I find the lockdown is just a weapon of control. That's how I see it. Yeah, I really do. They are all going into the bunker. Maybe. Morning. How are you, Karen? Your profile picture always makes me smile. Sorry, I've got a bit of moisture on my glasses because it's raining. Yeah, I've just come over from the house to the office. Bunkers. Yeah, who cares? Let them, if they want to go and live underground, all these so-called elites, let them go and live underground. That's up to them. Hi, Dave. Tracy Pearson. How are you, sweetheart? Craigie Baxter. Oi. Lovely to see you. It is early, so I don't expect too many people to pop in. I've not been on YouTube for a while. Facebook, we did a video a couple of days ago with regards to police constables in Trafalgar Square on Saturday. And we now have the evidence to substantiate the claims that they were level 3 security guards from private security companies dressed up and impersonating police constables, which is very dangerous, very, very dangerous situation we find ourselves in this country. And they were coshing people over the head. They're not police constables. And that really does answer a lot of questions for me. It really does. My friend Sylvia was a first aider there on Saturday. She's a very God-given individual. She loves people so much that she cares about them. And when the police rammed and raided Trafalgar Square, because apparently Sadiq Khan issued an order saying that the risk assessment that was given the green light by Westminster Borough Council. Remember, when you go begging to your public servants, I chuckle inside every time I say public servant. Trust me, they are not public servants, they're public masters. But I chuckle on the inside because we're given the illusion of freedom, and that's all it is. It's just an illusion. There is no freedom. We're all slaves. We're all bonded. We're all owned by the company. We're all owned by the East India Trading Company. So Sadiq Khan issued an order that the risk assessment had been breached and that there were 75,000 people there, apparently. By the way, they were spilling out of Trafalgar Square. From either sides. It was a good day. But Sylvie was there when the police come in to do what they had to do and take the audio equipment away. Lord knows where that is. It's probably been dissected and deciphered by GCHQ as we speak. So the stuff was taken, but Sylvie was mending a guy who was a policeman or allegedly a cop, probably a level 3 security man. And he hit his head and was bleeding. So she bandaged him up. And she gave him her water that she had in a water bottle because she gives freely. She's a lovely soul. And this guy drank this water because he was shook up. And there was quite a few constables after that got, they got into a bit of a fracas, and they were clearly disturbed by what had happened. This is going to affect them, isn't it? They're just men and women at the end of the day. And she gave him her water, and he drank the water out of her canteen or bottle, whatever it is, what she had. And she said to him, she said, we've just kissed, but we haven't kissed. She said, if you're worried, you might want to go and get a test. And his words were her. This is a guy in a uniform. He said, don't worry, love. He said, I'm not bothered. He said, this isn't about a virus. This is about control. So what you're going to find is that there's a lot of, I would call us partisans in our own country. Do you know how crazy that sounds? That when the chips are down, you're going to find people that are going to come forward and talk and bring you different perspectives. And that's all I do, is I just try and offer you up a different perspective. And I try and offer you up the truth as I see it and what's happened in my life and the things that I know that I consider to be true in my life. We live in an enclosed system, this system of entrapment, and we've got to get out of it. We really do have to get out of this system of control and entrapment. It's not good. It's not conducive to us as a people. But we will see. But for me, since the beginning of this Rona 1984 madness, and I do consider it to be a madness because it's in effect not killing anywhere near the amount of people that the common flu kills each year. And I just hope that everybody around the world and in my country, once the Ronavirus 1984 has disappeared, that they all still have this level of hysteria with regards to tuberculosis, with regards to the common flu, with regards to pneumonia. I hope you all have this leveled thing of all these other illnesses and diseases that we catch and die of. I really do. Ladies and gentlemen, souls come into this world every day and souls leave this world every day. I've been here a long time. I'm very blessed to have had a really decent life. It's been an education and it's had its high points, it's had its low points, but that's just life. You deal with the punches and you roll the dice. Not a lot we can do about that. But I just really hope that a lot of this, is measured so that once the Rona disappears, everyone's and the government are saying, the flu's killed 30,000 people this year, wear your masks. I see the mask as just a level of control. It's just about shutting you up. It's about stymieing you. Charlie Hudson, how are you, Charlie? Lovely to see you. West Sussex, good morning. How is it in West Sussex this morning? Is the tide up? Is the tide out? What's happening? Beautiful to see. But anyway, the video I did a couple of days ago with regards to the coppers in London, I think it's 3 days ago now that I did that, is dressed up as security guards, has had about 10,000 views. That's on Facebook. And it's had just under 800 shares, which is fantastic. What it means is that people are paying attention. I don't care about the amount of people that listen to me. I don't care about the amount of views I get. I'm not interested in that. I don't care who follows me. I don't care. I love mankind enough to try and want to stand up and do something about it and to bring it back to some common sense. That's all. And this is a great vehicle for us to do that. Our social media outlets are a real thing. I've been well known through Facebook far more than I have been on YouTube, but I do love my YouTube channel. It is good. Eat good and try to be self-sufficient education. That's what I've learned. Yes, absolutely right, Karen. I mean, I've just taken it this morning, vitamin D, vitamin C. I take boron. I take loads of supplements. I do. I use Lugol's iodine, which is good for thyroid. Keeps you healthy, keeps you nice and healthy and wealthy. And health and wealth is life. It's not money. It's how your temple is. It's how your body is. It's how you're reacting to the world and how you are in the world. That's wealth. That's true. Honestly, that's true equity. That's true wealth. It's not about how much money you got. It's not about how big your car is. It's not about how flash you are to your neighbour and he's seen you with your new Range Rover. That's not what it's about. Humble yourselves and just come into yourself, and hopefully your life will change. I take all of them super minerals. Yes, you have to. So yeah, President Trump has now come out this morning or yesterday and said that him and his good lady wife, the first lady, are isolating for 14 days. And that's the thing, right? We got this deadly virus. And the answer to it is if you test positive, bearing in mind Track and Trace is run by Serco, private company, locking people up for private profit gain. Very dangerous, very dodgy, very stinky country we live in. It's all about the money, honey. But Serco run the track and trace, and the big answer to this virus is not go into hospital and have a lung transplant or go into hospital and have stuck on this and that. The answer to this really evil, deadly virus, the Rona 1984, is self-isolation. Stay at home. Just stay at home. That's your hospital, right? So really, I question the morals and the motives of these politicians on a daily basis. Lord knows Boris Johnson is showing himself up right now, and a lot of his ministers are turning their back on the agenda. Keir Starmer, former lawyer, he is a champagne communist, and they're evil people. Their intention there is full control over mankind. Okay, but we got to be. If you're wondering why I'm a bit chesty this morning, I've just had some toast and I inhaled a small particle and it made me cough. So this little part I'm talking about, it's just kicked it right off. So yeah, I've had a bit of toast. You know, like when you're breathing, it goes down the wrong hole. So that's what's happened to me this morning. Don't give me your real name or phone number in the restaurants. No, my mates have been signing themselves into pubs as Mickey Mouse. I mean, look, listen. We've had a time period in history before where we made a certain group of people identify themselves with white stars and we tattooed numbers on their wrists. You know, we've got to be careful with this identification lark. An Englishman should never have to identify himself. An Englishman should never have to carry a piece of paper around to identify himself. Because, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who the fuck you are, we're toast. I know who I am. I don't need a government piece of paper to tell me who I am. I know who I am. Okay? The only one that can identify me, the living, breathing soul, is me. Okay? That's it. It's crazy. Have you got a piece of paper that says you can do that? Have you got a piece of paper that says that you're exempt? No, mate. I haven't got a white star on my chest. I don't have a black armband around my arm. Well, you have them around your face now. A lot of these lanyards, not lanyards, the masks are causing proper bacterial infections. Lampidabago. Oh, I can't even say the word. There was a kid the other day with his mask on and he's got this bacteria now in his lungs and his face is all swelled out. He's got all this like staphylococci around his mouth. Oh, Minnie Mouse. Yes, you are, Charlie. Oh, dear. I'm going to have a test kit coming. Apparently, these test kits are 50 quid. It's not right, is it? It is just a massive con. And I've had people that have had these test kits come through the post. One of my friends' son actually was due to be going to a university. And they said, hey, we've got problems here. We need to make sure that there's no virus floating about. Anyway, they sent this test kit back and my friend stuck it in an orange or rubbed it all over an orange and sent it back. And it come back and went, it's tested positive. Your son is now positive for the Rona 1984. And him and his missus just smirked at each other. So an orange, beautiful, beautiful Satsuma has tested positive for Rona 1984. We've just seen Boris Johnson's dad out in shopping, no mask on. You can't make this up. And Jeremy Corbyn has just been seen in a dinner party with more than 6. Now, it's all right. Diane Abbott is about to give a statement on the maths and the reason. She's going to be explaining this rule of 6 to us. So I can't wait for that. I know we are. Wish others could see. They will wake up very soon. Trust me, we have got a lot of people waking up now. I've got a woman that got hold of me a couple of days ago, ex-social worker. I said, why did you pack up your social work? She said, I got disillusioned. She said, we were stealing kids for profit. I was like, oh, okay, good. I'm glad your morals. What's that floating around above me? Bit of fluff. I said, here it goes. Ooh. I said, good for you. She said, I now work in adult care. And she had a health trip a few years ago where she lost a kidney and it was all due to medication, amitriptyline and all that she was taking. But now she's on the juice path. She's in my group on Facebook called Super Juice Me, which is fantastic. And she's making healthy ways to clean up her life and clean up her body. And she's in a good place right now. So I was chatting with her the other day. She lives about a mile away, if that. And she said, I'm wide awake, Dave. She said, I'm going to all these meetings. She said, we're having them in pubs and wherever. She said, everyone's coming together now. We've got groups all around Kent now coming together for the truth. And I'm like, wow. Wow. Pizzagate, it's all coming out now. It's about to get ugly. I agree. The Pizzagate and the children trafficking is is all coming out, and it is. Trust me, there's going to be some real big truth bombs by the end of 2020, and going into 2021 should be hopefully a better time period. Now we all have to stand up. We all have to do something. You know, we can't just passively sit by and watch this happen. I did say to a friend of mine yesterday, there's only one way we get this country back, and that is physically. We have to take it. We have to take God's people has to take his country back. We, as good souls, have to do this the right way, the swift way. And what we would do is we'll free this country up and the rest of the world for everybody else. And we'll make sure that they've got positive lives, positive outcomes. They can sleep easy at night without worrying about some Nazi Gestapo copper coming round, tapping on their door at 3 a.m, taking them down the cells because they haven't paid their council tax. That's tyranny, ladies and gentlemen. When you've got a police force and you've got men and women with weapons in force coming into your home in the middle of the night for a civil matter, you should be questioning what you're living in. You should absolutely be questioning that and saying, well, actually, we're not going to have that. Zippity doo-dah, zip-zap. Is that you, zippity doo-dah? Good day, witchy woo. No, you're from Australia. You're zippity-zap, 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 zippity-zap. I think you're Australian. I remember you saying that you're Australian. Yeah, I know, I've just lost my partner over it. Oh, Karen, that's sad. That's so sad. I feel for you. I'm so sorry. God, Jesus. See, with my missus, I won't talk to her about this stuff. I really won't. She's entitled to her free will and her opinions, and we have had the odd clash, but nothing major. So, did you know you can do both Facebook and YouTube Live if you have a Facebook group? Can you? Oh, fantastic. Perhaps you might want to send me some information on that. Thank you, but I can't believe something. I know a lie, and that it really, that's it really. Yeah, I know, mate. I know. Oh, bless you. So you're free, footloose and fancy free, right? Yeah, I've always fancied a night out with an orangutan, let me tell you. Miss Penguin, I thank you all for tuning in. Lovely to see you. Karen, you are meant for better things, says Charlie Hudson. Charlie Hudson's lovely. She's a real sweetheart. Defo not in Oz, though. Somerset is my own brother. Is it Zippity Doodah? Is Zippy Zap, Zippity Doo, Zippity Doo, Zippity Doo? Zips, if you're watching, and it is you, I've got all my stuff ready to go. I've got my affidavit of truth. I've got declaration of divinely appointed life, asseveration of truth. I've got declaration of divine life, ecclesiastical terms and conditions. I've got my notice, resolvable issues arising from the evidence within these documents. I'm just about to post myself the. Why have I done that on that? I shouldn't have done that one on it. I've got revocation of all contracts. So I've got to just go out and post myself a letter to get me perpetual number. I've got my certificate of baptism as well that's got to go off with that. That's the spirit. You've been woken for a reason. I'm keeping my faith and being true to myself. Oh, blessed be. Indeed it is. Doodah. Hello, Zips. I'll give you a chat later, mate, if you're about. That would be a blessing. Yeah, so today I'm going to go to the post office. My inverter kicking in yet? It's not a bloody thing. I'm going to be going to the post office today and posting myself. I think it sounds as though you're ready to go, brother. Do not forget your acceptance of divine sovereignty and full acceptance of life after 28 days. Exactly, yeah. She gets an acceptance letter after 28 days. This is all going off to Her Majesty the Queen, by the way. That's the spirit. Been waiting for a reason. We've already done that one. Indeed, it is Doodah. Yeah, okay, cool. Fantastic. Lovely to see you, mate. Hope you're all right. We have my friend, and I'm sure one day I'll meet someone that's on the same page. Yeah. Do you know what, right? Got to be honest. I'm more than happy with my partner as she is. I've always said, because we've got 3 horses, that if Parliament was all about horses and unicorns and it all got out of hand, she'd be up there smashing the granny out of them tomorrow. My missus is beautiful. She just works. She's a vet nurse, and she has 3 horses, and we just live in a bit of a homestead and in the country, and she keeps herself to herself. And I'm very proud of her. She's a great woman, and I'm glad she is like she is, because if she was a truther and I was living with her being as hardcore a truther as I am, I think we'd drive each other crazy. But it is what it is, mate. I wish you well, Karen. I hope that's a very brave decision. Karen, you will. I've been lucky in that department, says Charlie Hudson. Yeah, Charlie, you got your geezer's got lovely long hair, and he's a good-looking boy and all. I'm telling you. And if I was the other way, he'd be in trouble. Zippity Doodah, lovely to see you. So yeah, thanks for that, Zips. I'll give you a shout later. I've just got to go and send an envelope off to get me perpetual number, which will come back special delivery. I'm going to go up there a little bit later today, and away we go. So also, whilst I'm on the subject of talking about the coronavirus lockdown, listen, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, in a measured country, in a measured world, the amount of people that have not been able to get operations for cancer, the amount of kids that must have died, the amount of elderly that have died in care homes. We know that 20,000 more elderly people have died in care homes this year as a result of the restrictions and being put on end of pathway bits and bobs that they are. So we're living in very dangerous times. So if you go on to government.go.uk, oh, excuse me, that bit of crumb has really got on my chest this morning. The government advice is not about to challenge people to wear a face covering. This is for good reason. If you do so, you and your employees may be personally liable for an offence liable on summary conviction to pay a fine of up to £5,000. Section 112, aiding contraventions of the Equalities Act 2010. An act of disability discrimination, and be ordered to pay to an individual who suffers injury to feelings compensation between £900 and £9,000. Section 111, remedies of the Equality Act 2010. So if you get questioned, just give them some of that, because they seem to love their acts of parliament, all these people that work in post offices, train stations, you name it. So yeah, let them have it. Have a pint of water. I'm in the office at the minute. I can't. I've got to tidy it up. Actually, it's a bit of a bloody mess. But it is what it is. I won that battle at work. Go on, Charlie. Loving it. So I can get a pint up to 11 p.m. in the north of Ireland, Belfast, but it's 10 p.m. lockdown in England. This, the virus itself, Kenneth, as a calendar, a clock, a tape measure. I'm telling you, it's so clever. So it is the most sophisticated virus I've ever come across. The amount of restrictions, the amount of times it's changed. I reckon that there's a coronavirus hotline that you ring and it tells you what it's going to do that day. I bet it is. I bet if you rung Rona 1984, it'd be, so what's the crack today? Am I allowed out? Yeah, well, we're not starting to get people till 10 o'clock tonight, so you're safe. Yeah, but after 10, we will be out on the streets roaming, and you might catch it. So, be careful. Smart virus. Smart. Oh, dear, I think I'm going to conk out in a minute. Smart virus like smartphones. Smartphones for dumb people. Let me tell you. If you want to avoid the coronavirus app, ladies and gentlemen, rolled out by Serco, you might wish to go and buy yourself an old Nokia 3310. Try and track and trace that bastard. Gutted. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen, yeah, Fräulein. Listen, we had a German doctor over here at the weekend, Dr. Gunther McFrazen. He says he was up in Hyde Park. He got arrested. He got taken round to Islington. I think Islington. Pig factory, the police station. They are pig factories as well, by the way. I do piss on the police's parade because they deserve it. They're not nice people. They're petty tyrants. We have a situation where our police now are tyrants, just like the Gestapo and the SS. I make no bones about it. That's exactly what they are. They're not sworn into the common law anymore, are they? So they're outlaws. They're outlaws. They're out doing what parliamentaries. So if Boris said today, okay, yes, we're gonna be exterminating kids that have got blonde hair and blue eyes between the ages of thingy if they test positive for the coronavirus, they would sanction that order and they would see that through because they don't think with their own brains no more. They're not allowed to. I am not allowed to have an opinion, says a constable of the law.